Well, what we've talked about so far is why you would do a MDM project. What do you need to do to justify the executive management to get support and set up a project charter. We introduced you to technologies that greatly enable the speed to deployment, the quality to deployment, the efficiency to deployment. So how do you get started? One of the things we do at Verdantis is we do a free proof of concept with our clients, and that's where we take an agreed upon select data sample out of your, across, say, several commodities from your item master and other source systems that describe the master data. For English data, we'll do that for free. We're taxonomy agnostic, so we will select the taxonomy of choice, be it custom, PDIX, UNSPSC, ECMA, you choose it. In Europe, we get involved in E-class quite a bit. And then we will run it through the processes. We'll fully classify the POC set so that you can see the demographics of the sample data. We will take a subset of the data and run it through the full cleanse process, including auto-spec and crawl for non-source enrichment where appropriate. And from that, we'll flag duplicates. Now, this part can be important if part of this exercise is to substantiate the ROI with which you're trying to get executive support. Many of our clients suspect they have, say, 10, 15, 20% duplicates in their data set, and we will help them to verify that across a particular commodity through this process so that we can help them with more confidence go after that return on investment. And then we'll come on site and we'll do a data review on the output, what we learned. The learnings will help us draft you a budgetary proposal and make recommendations around how to bring your inconsistent data to a normalized, standardized, attribute rationalized, enriched new environment. So that's something that we extend as a way to start moving this forward and quantifying the results and the costs. If any of you are interested in talking about this further, please do reach out for us at info@Verdantis if you don't know who your sales manager is. Additionally, you can find a lot more information about our approach and what we do on our website, where we have a knowledge hub, case studies, research papers, and you can find yourself a lot of information there. We also have a blog as well, and you can reach out to us on LinkedIn. What I had mentioned earlier is that we'd like to field questions. So if you have a question, please enter it into the question tab, and then we'd be happy to address them as they come up. Okay. I see one question that just came up is one that we get quite frequently actually. It says that this client is considering SAP master data governance and how do we compare? Well, we really don't compete with MDG. MDG is a total toolkit across multiple domains. It's typically procured and implemented in the material space by those clients who are implementing it across all the different data domains. Typically 7, 8-figure type implementations, multi-year. And for materials, what I'll say is they're more of a toolkit, right? They have the workflows and whatnot, but you have to stand up their specification templates and taxonomies and then populate that with normalized data outside of the sphere of their MDG product. In that way, we can greatly facilitate an MDG materials-based MDM implementation by providing that very quickly and efficiently. In fact, 70% of Verdantis customers do run SAP. That includes both our Harmonize and our Integrity customers. And for those that don't use the MDG product, many of them are looking for a quick hit, material-centric, configure and go type solution. Why I say we don't compete with them is because they're at 7, 8-figure land. We're typically well under 7 figures, and we are pre-configured SaaS-based model that deploys in literally 2 months versus a multi-year toolkit build-it-yourself approach. So I hope that answers the question around how we stack up against MDG. I think it's of note that 70% of our customers do run SAP. Do we have any additional questions? I do see one more, and that is, with all the standards available, which one do you recommend? You know, we leave that up to our individual clients. We recognize that different industries may have different requirements for classification. We often see our oil and gas customers looking at PDIX. We see, you know, general industry, we see a lot of UNSPSC. In Europe, we see E-Class. So what we've done is we've adopted an agnostic approach whereby we can actually manage the cross-reference between multiple codes. I've actually got a project right now where we are providing a client both PDIX and UNSPSC on which they want to be able to slice and dice and roll up their commodities. So we adopt an agnostic approach. We can even work with custom commodities. We have some clients who spent quite a bit of time throughout their history developing what they feel is a very spot-on to their organization commodity coding system. So we can programmatically set up our tools to work with any COM code or classification system. So we would probably recommend what's most prevalent in your industry if push came to shove. But other than that, we really don't have a preference. All right. At this point in time, I don't see any additional questions. Did any of the other panelists get questions that I don't see? I don't see them. So at this point in time, we're on the hour. I don't want to keep you folks late. We promised you an hour webinar. Please do not hesitate to reach out should you require additional information or just want to learn more. And again, we would love to talk to you more about next steps with regards to a POC, and a special thanks to Kurt for joining us today on how to get these initiatives off the ground. That was great. You know, we are not in the change management business. Kurt is, so it's great to hear the perspective of how you went over the exec team. Thank you again for your time. I look forward to seeing you at the next in the series. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out should you have any questions. Thank you so much for your time and attendance.